Hi, I'm Tommy Campbell, still bald, still in my basement. Republicans are blaming Biden and Pete Buttigieg for the Norfolk Southern train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio, when the reality is it was their very own casino bankrupting diaper dealmaker Donald Trump who favored big business over safety to deliver this rail disaster to Republican Governor Mike DeWine, who ordered the chemical burn and gets a solid 5 dripping Giulianis on the fail scale.
That balloon was able to snap images of our military installations and send them back to China in live time. So what John Ratcliffe told us last week was spot on. They were using solar panels for unlimited power, unlimited energy to continue the surveillance program. We're talking about
Tucker Carlson and the rest of the hosts on the entertainment channel for Married Cousins regularly laugh off solar panels and solar power until China has one on a balloon and now unlimited power, unlimited energy. It could never power anything big. Apple Park, Tim Apple's corporate headquarters, is 2.8 million square feet, and 80% of the power is solar. The rest are biogas fuel cells, and there's a new skyscraper going up in Melbourne that is totally self-powered. That's incredible. I mean, the future is now, if you want it to be. It is pouring MAGA tears. The train derailment is horrible for people and the environment, but the same party that always says not to politicize disasters has winners such as Marjorie Taylor Greene and J.D. Vance wrongly jabbing their sausage fingers at Biden when they only have Trump and their own party to blame. I have a laugh with conservatives taking aim at the satanic Super Bowl, discuss Ohio Governor Mike DeWine. By popular demand, I have a hilarious new genuine page from Lauren Boebert's book, so stay tuned for that and more.
You know the 9/11 hijackers, they were never interested in landing. And when it comes to trains, I was never interested in braking. Fast trains make more money.
This is really cool.
The 150-car Norfolk Southern train was pulling at least 5 tanker cars containing hazardous vinyl chloride, a colorless but dangerous gas used to produce PVC plastic and vinyl products, and the disaster was likely more severe because the Trump administration repealed a key safety rule.
As the saying goes, safety last, folks, safety last.
President Barack Obama made it a requirement for trains carrying hazardous flammable materials to have ECP brakes, but this was rescinded in 2017 by the Trump administration. Trains that carry oil and other flammable material won't have to install electronically controlled brakes that reduce the risk of train derailments and other explosions after the reversal by Trump officials of an Obama-era safety rule.
Unfortunately, my constituents in East Palestine have been some of the main victims of the fact that we have failing infrastructure in our country, again, after spending tons of money in an effort to actually fix it. So the problem we have, Tucker, is that we are ruled by unserious people who are worried about fake problems instead of the real fact that our country is falling apart in some of the most important ways. You mentioned
it took J.D. Vance 10 days to release his statement. He's not visited the area, and now he's on Fox complaining about fake problems to someone who does segments on testicle tanning. The railroad industry claimed it would cost more than $3 billion to install necessary ECP on trains used for flammable liquids, while the Federal Railroad Administration under President Obama said it would be about $500 million. The National Transportation Board, a federal agency responsible for investigating rail accidents, confirmed that the Ohio train that derailed was not fitted with ECP brakes.
Look, the president called me and said, anything you need. I have not called him back after that conversation. I will not hesitate to do that if we're seeing a problem or anything, but I'm not seeing it.
I'm not seeing it. Biden immediately said anything you need, and DeWine said, we got this, and ordered the chemicals to be burned. This was shared on Reddit from a Chinese spy balloon. Okay, it was from a plane, but wow, I'm not seeing it.
But we have people like Ilhan Omar. She wants to, crack down on corporate greed when it comes to rails and the privately owned sections of rails. But really what we have to do is we have to make sure that our rails are safe. Democrats passed a $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill, and only $5 billion went towards rail safety.
Cracking down on corporate greed is how you help make sure that rail is safe. The private sector puts profit above everything. As noted, the cost to upgrade the train brakes were estimated as low as $500 million. Also, the infrastructure deal was only passed 14 months ago, and here are the 30 Republicans that voted against it. And many of these people are now taking credit for multi-million-dollar projects in their districts and states thanks to the very thing they protested.
I like to sleep in a totally dark room, so I cover the light with a top secret folder. It was empty, though. I sold the contents to Qatar.
This is really cool.
Okay, so how do trains brake then? U.S. trains rely on pneumatic braking technology in which continuous air pressure linked from the front of the train keeps a brake from engaging on wheels on each car. When an engineer applies braking, it can take several seconds for pneumatic pressure to drop to the end of a 100-car train, and trains can be even longer. Electronically controlled pneumatic brakes still use air pressure, but each car has an individual braking control which receives an electronic signal simultaneously, reducing the danger of derailment when cars slam into the preceding ones before braking themselves. 20 minutes before the national anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing, was performed, and this prompted outrage from such losers as filter-face Kari Lake, who sat down in protest because she wants you to believe that this hymn written in 1900 that speaks of hope for all people being considered full first-class citizens in society is part of a plot to divide the country. Chris Stapleton then went on to sing an incredible rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner that was not diminished by the song 20 minutes before like they thought it would be, and it was fun to see folks such as Marjorie Taylor Greene latch on to the long-haired white guy as a chance to complain about wokeness when this country star is a very open supporter of BLM.
Surrounded by people dressed in white, like angels. Do we know the story from the Bible? When Satan fell from heaven and he brought down those fallen angels with him? It's exactly what played out on our screens. And
I thought it looked more like a scene from Squid Game, which is about as realistic as your Satan fairy tale. I had no problem with the Rihanna show. Her music's not for me, but it was fun. My kid was up and dancing, and he was not taken to the dark side. Now, while the right wing were freaking out about the pop music imagery, I gotta say, for a family event, I had to sit through multiple trailers for the film Cocaine Bear with my 5-year-old. I had to explain to him that it's a film about the defeated former president's son who illegally hunted bears with donuts, and a rogue grizzly stole his stash, and he went on a rampage while Don Jr. crashed in fetal position. Hey, conservatives, maybe scale back the complaining about red and white outfits at a halftime show when your family event is peppered with ads for an R-rated movie about a coked-up grizzly. For all my regular viewers and those new to the show, thank you. I'm glad you found me. For several months, I've been reading a genuine page from Lauren Boebert's book. I do this once a week, and it's been pretty wild. In this section, we are at her place of work, about to search for an intentionally missing hamster. Let's get back to it. Lick, 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 lick. Mountain Dew got every drop of grenadine off of Mr. Fong's finger and the weird long nail that may or may not be for partying, like my hub's Jason with the Y. Well, you know what doesn't need translating? Giggles. Mr. Fong loved that little hamster tongue working his stinky pinky, and everyone had a huge laugh. Many say that I am divisive and shouldn't be in politics because of my opinions on like things such as the other religions that don't count, the totally fake global warming, my desire to arm every American, no matter what age, or the idea that people should just marry in their lane. But Lauren Boebert is a unifier, and this is proof. Take that, libs. I pulled Mountain Dew back. His face looked like Don Jr.'s stubble after that time his nose kind of imploded down his chin when we were having a couples weekend at Mar-a-Lago. It was like that, but cute. I thanked Snake, Mr. Fong, and Craig, who announced, "The game starts in 10 minutes." I needed to clean some of the pomegranate stuff off Mountain Dew so he looked more hamster and less 4 a.m. DJT Jr., and I figured I'd get Jason to help. But when I went to the front row, my man was no longer there doing research. I came to hide the hamster, and now I can't even find my hubs. We were between acts, so I climbed up on stage to get a better look. No Jason. I tucked Mountain Dew in my pocket and scaled the pole to get a higher vantage point. I spun left and right, and then I spotted him in the DJ booth wrestling with DJ Johnny D. I'm guessing Jason showed up with $20 and he wasn't there to request a song. As I've said before, Lady Buns has 2 booths that end in J, where money often changes hands, but the other starts with a B. I was about to slide down, but I paused. It was 11 p.m., not a.m., and I was on the pole, even though Craig had told me again and again that I was only morning hot, and that I had to keep it to the breakfast dances. Well, this was my chance to shine, so I went for it. In a moment, I flashed back to my training in the garage, where Jason went through cartons of Newports and cases of Coors, while I practiced with nothing but hair metal, a duct-taped old broom, and a box of Jason's ex-girlfriend's tiny outfits. You know, the France made from China, the airplane waitress. I was without these tonight, but I still had the fake glasses that make me look super smart and a tiny bit more attractive. But under my shirt was my yellow Don't Tread on Me bikini, and I knew I would blow Snake's mind. The music was off, my hubs was in a fight, and I had a hamster in my pocket. But I decided to work that brass beauty. It was like a fairy tale. If you've enjoyed this genuine page from Low Rent Booze Burb's latest book, let me know in the comments and I'll see about reading another sometime soon. I need your help. Please make sure you have my notifications on. It is something small that really helps out YouTube creators such as myself and allows you to catch my videos as soon as they come out, whether it's on my regular schedule or not. Thank you so much. Slow Joe is destroying us. MAGA tears. I'm tired of people slamming Mike Lindell. If you don't like his pillows, fine. Don't buy them. MAGA tears. Who's your hero, Tommy? Klaus Schwab? MAGA tears. Oh, so this is where all the losers hang out. Good to know. MAGA tears. Thanks so much for watching. Help me out by sharing this video and following me on social media. This costs you nothing and makes a huge difference. I am a one-man show here, from script to screen, the editing, even the graphics. If you can afford to, please throw me a tip with the easy PayPal link or hit that super thanks button, and be sure to check out my merch that go great with those MAGA tears. I am a stand-up comedian. I've played in 35 countries, have toured with Jim Jeffries for nearly 10 years, and I have 3 albums that you can stream on Spotify and Apple Music or catch them on SiriusXM. Thanks for watching. Life's short, be cool, be kind, take care.